welcome back. It's the second half of Reimer on the Road. Ann and Scott and Leo over here. He might jump into the screen at any point. We're glad to have you along for part two, if you will, of Reimer on the Road on our year-long journey around this amazing country. As we have done, if you've been following us from the first episode onward, or if this is your first time, we always like to solicit your advice on where we're going next, so you can give us some opinions on what to do. And that is, this time, Ann?
We are heading to the Ventura Beach area of California, so north of Los Angeles.
All right, so we're continuing to slide down the California coast. Also, for those of you who may be new, picking up with us on the second half of Reimer on the Road, you can keep more of a real-time update with us by following Ann on Instagram, right?
Yep, Reimer on the Road on Instagram.
Yep, we've had a few shout-outs this week. We're going to hit back a few of those shout-outs before the week is over. That's a lot of fun as well. So that's what we do. We try to pay it forward, share what we do in the places that we go, so that you may find something that you like that we're doing that you want to put on your bucket list. That's kind of how we learned a lot of this stuff, by watching a bunch of YouTubes.
Yeah, YouTubes, Instagram,
TikTok.
Stories. Yeah, I mean, just all of it. Yeah. Social media, for sure.
Social media, yeah.
Just general research on the web.
But it's time now to kick off episode 37 and the second half of Reimer on the Road. Here we go.
Yep, that's 2:30 a.m. But we're headed back to the West Coast. Second half begins very early now.
Moment of truth.
We think we saw it.
Then we saw the beast.
Yeah.
Part two is, will it crank? So we're about to find out.
Good, this will be easy to cut.
All right, that's a good sign. The lights came on. All right, let's see if the beast is still alive. How about that? Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Wait, no. Oh.
Thank you. Okay. You want some water? Oh, well, wait. Let me get it in there. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Okay, packing up. We are wrapping up our time in the San Jose area. We flew in on a Friday night, or Friday afternoon, to San Francisco, but we couldn't pick up Allie until Sunday in Sacramento. So that gave us the opportunity to have 2 nights, and we chose to do it here in San Jose to kind of recenter ourselves, get caught up on Pacific time as far as sleep, to get reacclimated with Leo after we picked him up on Friday. So it's been a good couple of days to kind of ease back into this trip. And now we're headed up to see and get and pick up Allie, as we haven't seen her yet. We've got Leo, we got the beast. Now it's time to get Allie. She's had a couple of fixings go on with her. And then we're going to just take a short trip down to Lodi after that to spend the night before heading down to Santa Cruz. So we'll see what awaits us. It's rainy here in California right now, so I will have to navigate through that as we reunite with Allie. Let's go.
Is that it?
All right, we're here organizing ourselves a little bit at the dealership and repair shop to get Allie on the road, headed down to Lodi. As you can see, we have a little bit of water here, and of course we just kind of jammed everything into the RV. So our problem is I need to get a little air in our truck tires. So I had to get out and get into our overhang there, front storage area, so I could get the tire pressure, our tire pump. So doing all this and just getting really wet, but glad to see Allie. She looks to be in good health. You're wet.
Yeah, I thought we left the rain. I thought it was gonna be gone.
It's not.
Sunny California.
Yeah, it's not. It's still raining. Well, we're gonna try to get hooked up here and get down to Lodi.
You see all the water, we're in standing water.
Yep. We're using these blocks to prevent ourselves from getting any more wet than we already are, but we'll make it work. Okay, sometimes life imitates art, or that's what everybody says. We had scheduled to head to Santa Cruz, California today. We picked up Allie in Sacramento and stayed, hoped to stay one night in a town called Lodi, California, just south of Sacramento. And if you know anything about Creedence Clearwater Revival, they wrote a song about Lodi many years ago about a band trying to make it to San Francisco and to make it big, and they get all the way almost to San Francisco, and then their talent runs out and they can get no farther than Lodi. And one of the lines in the song is
Came into town a one night stand. Looks like my plans fell through. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again.
we're stuck in Lodi again. Our little fella Leo had a rough day yesterday. Hadn't been quite himself since we picked him up, but yesterday kind of bottomed out and wasn't doing very well at all. And so we were concerned, still concerned a little bit, and we took him to an emergency vet about 10 p.m. Last night. And needless to say, we got back to the rig at 5 a.m. So we literally were all night at the emergency vet. And so he's doing better. We'll keep you posted on the little fella, the old fella, as we call him. But it was just a situation where we didn't sleep, and we just felt like getting out of Lodi and trying to get down to Santa Cruz was just not smart by not being refreshed and healthy. So I'm going to run some errands today, maybe take a big old nap, go to bed early, and then we'll hopefully, if everything goes well with Leo, we'll head down to Santa Cruz tomorrow. So when you travel, you got to be flexible. And we always said that life is going to happen when we're on the road, and you just got to kind of roll with the punches. And certainly we wanted to take care of Leo, make sure he was in good hands last night, and that just delayed us just a little bit. But again, nothing we can't overcome. We're stuck in Lodi, but hopefully for the last day, and hey, we'll get these chores done, and that's not a bad thing either.
we're in Capitola, California, kind of an offshoot of Santa Cruz. And of course, Anne has found a bakery. And of course, she went in there. And of course, we'll find out what the damage is when she makes her way out of here. Well, what did you get?
Well, it's all wrapped up really nicely.
So we can't see it?
Right, I mean, I got some little buns I thought we could make some sandwiches with. Look good. And then I got a cinnamon roll.
That's for me.
Yep. A Danish.
It's really packed in
She's
there.
got it in there good.
Well, don't break it.
Yeah. And some cookies, Danish. What else? I feel like I got one other thing.
All right, there you go. Episode 37 is in the books, and let's not pretend. Santa Cruz was, I'm sure a lot of people are trying to tune in to find out what we did in Santa Cruz, but more people are worried about Leo and how he is doing now. Of course, we're about a week removed from our emergency with him. So give us an update on Leo so people know how he's doing.
I mean, Leo's doing good. I think he's back to normal. So yeah, we did have the run to the emergency vet. He ended up having a UTI, and you know, first time with that, but medication has got him back to himself.
Yeah, it was a scary. Your antennas are pretty good about his health, and you had mentioned that he wasn't quite there, and he was a little bit off early in the trip. But I didn't really notice that until the night we tried to go to sleep, and he was shaking, and it was obvious something was wrong. So we made the right move. I always tell you, don't ever tell me what the vet costs are, and you haven't done that because I don't want to know. But I think it was the right move because he was in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, he needed. I mean, if we'd wait to the next morning, I mean, he just would have been in pain all night, which would not have been good.
So it was a clunky start back to episode 37 in the second half of Rhyme Road for a couple of reasons. And we knew it was going to be clunky because we had to recalibrate everything. We had to pick up the truck, pick up Leo. We had to restock Allie after we picked her up. Then let's throw in a bunch of rain when we returned back to California. It just got us off to a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah, so we just kind of eased back into it, which we've never, said we had to do anything anywhere. You can drive around and see stuff, but we just needed to get ourselves recalibrated again in Allie and get Leo well, let the sunshine come out, and now we are on the road again.
Yeah, I think it was one of those situations where if you get stuck to what your to-do list is in terms of what you want to see and what you want to do, you're going to get in trouble if you're doing what we're doing and traveling around the year because you just can't. Sometimes you just got to step back. We lost a day, as you saw in Santa Cruz, which, in the grand scheme of things is not the end of the world. What's the big deal?
No. We still got to explore it and see the beauty of it and check out the bakery. So all was good.
The bakery has paid forward as we go here. We'll talk about this a little bit in episode 38 as well because we've moved down the coast, of course, to Pismo Beach. But one of the things that we're going to miss, partly because of our situation in Santa Cruz and with Leo only having one day in Santa Cruz, but also due to the landslide, is we're going to miss the Monterey Peninsula and Big Sur. We'll get to the peninsula from here in Pismo, but to get back to Big Sur, because some of the road is closed, it would take like a 3-hour drive around it.
Just to get there. And then you have 3 hours back, and then you want to explore. And if we had that extra day at our last location, I think we could have driven down and gotten to it from that side. And it would have been, I think it was only like an hour and a half from there. So that would have... We absolutely would have done that. So yes, I hate we're missing that area, but we're going to go up the coast here and be able to explore.
We'll see some of it. We'll see some of the Monterey Peninsula. But again, it's a great example of you can't do everything everywhere you go. And life kind of happens, whether it's life or whether it's a natural disaster and mudslides and all that kind of stuff. And you just have to chalk it up. And we'll say, well, Big Sur may be something we try to do down the road in the next trip that we do. So that's just the way you have to kind of live through it. All right, our campground in the Santa Cruz area, we're actually at Smithwood's RV campground, kind of up in the redwoods. Our last little dip of redwoods in this area was outside of Santa Cruz, up in the mountains.
I think it was in Felton.
Yeah,
Felton,
which
California.
seemed like a pretty cool little town. We didn't get to do much in it. And it was one of those situations where we'd come off of a bunch of rain, and then we're in this campground, and it was like totally enclosed in redwood trees. It was dark. It was still wet. And we were just like, we're ready for the sun. I do think this area and these campgrounds would be great in the summer when you're trying to avoid the sun. Yeah, and the heat.
Yeah. No, it was a great campground. Everybody was nice there. They were cleaning up after all the rain, so it was well kept. They were cleaning it up. It's like the trees on fire, but it's just the sun hitting it.
So there you go. Episode 37 is in the books. As you heard from Ann, Leo's doing better. We're going to keep monitoring him. And, of course, the trek continues down Southern California as we try to avoid the cold weather. Doing a good job of that. We almost had to turn the air conditioner on today.
Yeah, almost.
And that's coming. I think we're going to have to do that before too much longer. But we appreciate you following us along. Reimer on the Road on Instagram. For Leo, who's doing much better, Ann and Scott, it's Reimer on the Road. Don't forget, everybody, do it today.